yes. And we're gonna get going. All right, let me minimize this. All right, so today and going into this week, we are starting to really focus on brand positioning slash repositioning, depending on where you are on your brand journey. So whether it be establishing it for the first time or reestablishing. We have been focusing on your statement of purpose, and now we're going to start focusing on how we convert that purpose into your brand pillars. This week is going to be a little bit more heavy on, I guess, theory. So I know that we have a live class on Thursday, but more than likely in the middle of the week, being Wednesday or Friday, I'm going to be sending you a recording of a, like I'll pre-record a PowerPoint slide kind of presentation, and that will be sent to you guys as a lesson as well, just to supplement what we're learning, because it's crazy. I think it's 21 days, but the time is going pretty quickly. So I do want to pack in as much as possible. And we're going to have a lot to achieve next week in terms of setting out your general strategy and your way forward for your individual brands. So this week is crucial. So just a little bit of a recap. Just what we went through, the whole premise of creating that statement of purpose is really to create the foundation for your brand going forward. And the recap being that you go through these steps to create the statement of purpose. And this is basically my way of now prompting you all to start sharing some of your statements of purpose. But I thought about this, and I figured that, you know, with everything that was going on last week and stuff, that a few folks may not have either been ready or are still in the process of writing their statements of purpose. So what I'm going to do, let me pause share, because I created a document that I'm going to just drop. Is everybody using a computer right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, good. All right, so I'm going to drop. Can I just share this over here? Are you seeing a Google Doc right now? Did this?
No.
Not yet.
Yeah, now.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, cool, great. So I'm actually going to share this document with you all.
Okay.
And Anika, let's focus one thing, copy, cool. All right, let me go. I'm going to put this in the chat, the link to this document.
Okay, great.
Okay. So if you would like, if any of you like, you can actually just click on the link and it will pop up. And throughout the class, and it doesn't have to be finished today, but throughout our journey, I would like you guys to collaborate in this space, or just drop in your thoughts around your statements of purpose in your section. So everybody got a section: Yvonne, Diane, Gail, Angel. I put in 5 different lines. You don't have to have 5. I just dropped in some ideas there. So if you have something that you want to share, feel free to drop it in here. I have some questions, and I guess this is kind of housekeeping questions, which I'm going to reserve to the end. But I am curious, because remember, you guys are helping me to refine this offer as well. I'm curious what tools would be more helpful for you guys to collaborate or to share. Like, so hypothetically, and I want you to think about this, you don't have to answer now. The Solopreneur Survival Network is an online website. I believe they have an app that you'd be able to download to your phone if you wanted to as well. But for the purposes of collaboration and dialogue, would you all have preferred maybe if I created a WhatsApp group for you versus the online website, or just any thoughts that you may have on how it would flow a little bit better for each of you, or your preference for community or communication? I really appreciate your feedback. Like I said, you don't have to give me it now, but I just want to know what would be the best way of working going forward. If you're not comfortable with the platform, if there are any glitches, like anything that you have to report, please feel free to share. Okay, but for the purposes of tonight, and I think it will be helpful just going forward, at least for the week, I created this document. It's a live document, so any updates that are made, each of us will be able to see them. And I figured it might be easier than maybe even using the online platform. So I'm gonna leave this up, and then we're gonna go back to the presentation. So let me change screen. But does anybody wish to share their statement of purpose? Anybody got through it?
I did something.
Yes, please share.
Oh no. I was saying something because it was just something, but all right, hold on. I tried to put it in the document, but I just didn't know how to do it. So let me tell you you want me to put it into this new document now?
If you want to, or I can type it in, whichever one. So Gail, this is your section down here.
All right, so hold on. I'm going to see if I can go back to your document. So I did two.
Okay.
Because one was, hold on, where is that document now? Oh my God, I'm so not good at trying to navigate 6 screens. I'm not like you, Anika.
If you go back to the chat, the Zoom chat, you'll see the link to the document.
I know, but to just, okay, all right. And now I can't even find you. Can't even find you on Zoom. Okay, found you on Zoom.
Okay.
I think I have 50 something things open.
Oh, that might explain what's happening.
My confusion, right? All right, so I wrote two.
Uh-huh.
One was for me as a one was for me as Gail,
Uh-huh.
meaning Gail the consultant, and one was for me, AHA.
Okay.
Right? Because I think that's where you were trying to lead me.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is okay. Well, okay, I definitely can't do this.
It's not editable?
Hold on. It's definitely not taking my paste. Okay, I did the thing. Okay, let me do paste again.
That's weird.
Okay, hold on. All right, so let me give up for now and I'll just tell you what it is.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, so let me go back to, I wrote it in that note thing. I don't know what you call that note thing that you can use on your computer. Notepad?
I don't use that one. I use Google Keep.
Oh, okay. So the consultant statement of purpose. I guide marginalized artisans in developing sustainable businesses by connecting makers to markets.
How do we spell artisans again, please? Because we had a whole
ARTISANS.
Thank you. Marginalized artisans too?
I guide marginalized artisans in developing sustainable businesses by connecting makers to markets.
Ooh, nice.
Very nice.
Makers to market. Nice.
So,
Very nice.
and then I did a second one. Do you want the second one at the same time?
Yes, please.
Okay, the one for AHA Island Style.
Uh-huh.
We offer artsy customers
Uh-huh.
artisan-made, heart-made gifts from the Caribbean,
Artisan made.
comma, heart-made
Ah,
gifts from the Caribbean.
gifts from. Ooh. Look at it. Nice.
So now you can do what you gotta do.
I like it. I like it. And you know why? Because of the keywords that stand out, they definitely help to define not just what you do, but why you do it.
Those are absolutely lovely.
Yes,
Very, very good.
they're
Really?
really good. Yes.
So I tried to post them into our social
SSN.
Yeah.
and I couldn't.
You couldn't.
I don't know what I was doing. I went to this thing where Gail Bell came up and I was trying to post. And I kept
Yeah.
hitting post and then it said choose a category. No, choose a
Oh, a topic. Oh,
topic.
you see, when you guys tell me this, it shows me like the little hang-ups that the thing has. And it's so helpful. I'm actually going to remove that setting right now.
I couldn't post it.
Yeah. Hold on 1 second. I just want to fix it since we're right here right now.
Mhm.
I know where to, if I could remember where to find it.
Well, don't worry. I can send you a WhatsApp if you want me to send you a reminder.
Oh, no, I found it. I found it.
Okay.
Yay. Okay. So you no longer have to do that. You should just be able to post without any kind of issue. Yeah. So thank you for that feedback. Okay, I love these, Gail. I love this, and I especially love the one for the consultant.
I know where you're pushing me, you know, Miss Coach, Miss Business Coach. I know exactly where you're pushing me. So I said, okay, I'm going to do my homework. I'm going to give her 2. And let's see where she pushes me.
So right now, I am bolding some of these keywords that jumped out.
Okay.
Right. Whoops. Right. Oh, the little T got left off. So yeah, so these, they really do, it communicates very, very well. Let me bold these. The only thing I would say about this one is there's an element missing or something that can be enhanced here. So for example, instead of saying gifts from the Caribbean, I would choose another word instead of gift that is even more meaningful and connecting to.
Is that where island style needs to come in? Is that where island style needs to come in?
It doesn't have to, you know. What I'm trying to get to is this is missing the soul of what you're doing. So it's heart made, it's artisan made, it is being offered to these artsy customers, but it's almost like it's
treasures.
A gift. It's like a token, it's a symbol, it's a
treasure.
Yeah, like, yes, like, you see where, yeah, treasure is a good word.
But Anika, what I would have also said instead of artisan made and heart made, I would have said artisan crafted. Say heart crafted. I would say artisan crafted and heart made.
Oh, that's
Okay.
a nice, that's
Have
a
the
nice
word made.
also. So I'm just-
Artisan, crafted, and then heart made.
Made. So you don't have the word made twice.
Yes, exactly. Thank you. I mean, this is just a rough draft, and I appreciate
No.
it.
Just all it means is you have to help me with mine too, right?
exactly, that's what we're doing.
That's what we're here for.
Exactly. I just made that little note for what Yvonne just suggested. So I put it in the document for you as well.
You can change it, Anika.
Oh, you want me to just change? Okay, cool. I'll do that.
Oh, absolutely.
So I love it. I love it. So even though you're saying that, you know, this is just rough and this is a brilliant start.
This is brilliant.
How do you feel having put this together?
I feel like it's the essence, you know, when you distill something down to its core.
Mm-hmm.
And so I feel like that's what I needed to do. You know, it's like you can come back to it again and then you remember, so why am I doing this again?
Exactly.
Put your blinkers on. This is why. Did I touch something on the computer? Yeah. Okay.
Well, we can still hear you. Yeah.
So I think it's really important because then it sort of distinguishes me
Mm-hmm.
and and you know, they both have a purpose and they both have their purpose very, you know, in a very defined ways and based on what we had discussed before the group came together a few weeks ago, you know, then you can sort of see where the overlapping is and the synergy between the two actually.
Yeah. And what you just said, I mean, I know that you were trying to distinguish between yourself as consultant with that hat and then yourself as AHA, but this is also distinguishing you from anyone else in the market. That's your why. It's a why for you, it's a why for your audience, but it's also a why against your competitors. So it's really to set you apart as well.
Right.
Okay, so who wants to go next?
Okay, I'll go.
Okay.
I just did a rough, again, it was just kind of a rough, you know, do your homework kind of thing.
Yeah.
But my first one was, we supply wellness technicians a hand blended aromatherapy product line.
Hand blended aromatherapy product line. Okay.
And then I had also I wanted to use like to guide. I did another one to guide wellness to guide and support home spa customers with 15 aromatherapy blends, hand blended.
With
I mean, our stuff is all hand blended, so it's really quite special. So I really wanted to get the hand blended part in.
Wait, what's the last part? With 15 hand blended
aromatherapy
uh-huh
lines. It's products, yeah. Products or lines or
okay.
I don't want to say blends again because you have hand blended and blends. But you can't say blends.
Oh, I got you. Okay. So let's point out some of the keywords.
Uh-huh.
So this is our who. This is a major keyword.
Yeah.
Hand blended. Okay, I'm gonna also highlight the verbs or underline them rather.
Right. I had played with the words supply, offer, provide, sell, guide, distribute, support. You know, any of those could go in there.
So this is a who. And then we have the hand blended, which is one of our birds. All right. So this hair, okay. So this hair is more, this is more business focused. And the reason why I say it's more business focused is because it speaks really to basically the deliverables of your business,
Yeah.
but not necessarily the soul of the business. So I'm curious, Diane, like tell me how you even got into this. How did this happen? How did you
Well,
get
I
into that?
actually am a supply chain manager, so I'm actually not the aromatherapist,
Mhm.
but just from working with it for the past 15 years, I have gleaned a lot of the knowledge. But I'm really a supply chain manager, so I can supply you with any natural product handmade in Jamaica or the Caribbean
Oh,
from the
nice.
most beautiful products that we have in Jamaica. So I have kind of focused on this particular line because I like the aesthetics of it and I like the quality of it, but I can also supply with other products in the same range, e.g. castor oil, handmade shampoo bars made in Negril. You know, I have like a whole chest of products.
So I don't know if you see, I'm actually typing out some of these words that kind of
Right.
spoke to your why, not the
Yeah.
business objectives. So even though, okay, so for example, wellness technicians here, that's great because that speaks directly to like your niche. The
Right.
home spa
But it could also
customer.
be a wellness therapist or a spa therapist, you know.
Yeah.
But it's
But
definitely just zooming into that and then
yes.
zooming into the home spa customers.
And I love the use of hand blended. But
Yeah.
what is missing here is that soul essence of the why behind it. And what you just said when you started off, when you're saying about, you know, that you're a supply chain manager and you can get access to all of these amazing, beautiful products from Jamaica or through the Caribbean, that's the core. Because you're not just supplying these hand blended aromatherapy products, you are supplying hand blended or the hand blended essence of Jamaica to the end consumer. There's something there. There's the poetry of what you're doing is missing from the statement of purpose. And the reason why it's so important to find it is because that's how you're really going to connect to your audience. Because anybody can go out and buy something that's aromatherapy related. That's why I'll have I don't even know what the name of this oil is, but it's one of those popular oils that people just I don't. But when you connect with me on that very emotional level of this is literally an essence of it's Caribbean essence, it's Jamaican essence. It's a piece of the beauty that is going to fill my soul, like however you want to word it.
I got you. Yeah. Well, as I said, I had just started. This is kind of a rough copy.
No, it's still great though, Diane. It's still great.
No, I know. Yeah, I know it needs a little bit more passion and it needs probably a little bit more, as you said, poetry to it. So yeah,
I like the word essence. Essence is a nice word. So soul. I'm just gonna write down a few words here to inspire. Jewel. The word natural is not here.
Yeah, natural.
Dan, what's the significance of 15?
Well, because a lot of people, it's like going to Chanel and you only have three fragrances. I mean, we have, and also because this is a wellness line, we do things for sinus, for pain relieving, for relaxing, for energizing,
So but why do you have to
uplifting.
say in your statement of purpose, why do you have to say the actual number?
Because it's actually quite special to have so many different blends. But we don't have to.
Instead
leave it
of
up.
using the word 15, though, I think you should use something that allows them to know that you have an extensive catalog of them, but I don't know if you need to use the exact word 15.
Yeah, I don't have to use the exact number. I could just say therapeutic aromatherapy blends or something like that.
Oh,
Or
that
even the
sounds
word
lovely.
extensive. Extensive.
Yeah,
is a good
extensive or
one.
therapeutic, you know.
Mhm. Okay. Okay. All right. Oops. Yeah. So we're missing the poetry, and we can zone in on this a little bit more too. So Diane, you have a little work to do.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And even what you can say here, one of the things that I think is necessary is to input the trigger, a characteristic or a trigger of these individuals. So that's also something that separates you, that differentiates you. So to guide or to support is a good one. So if it was to support stressed, or, and you want a kind of almost all-encompassing word for the home spa customer. So you had mentioned you have like sinus related stuff, you have pain relieving, you have of course stress relieving. So how can we kind of pull that together to describe that home spa customer?
Yeah, it's about like balancing the home spa customer, something like that. I was working on the word balance because I think balance is really
Support the, look at this then. So balance, craving, home spa customer with an extensive, oops, hand blended aromatherapy. Hand blended, hold on.
aromatherapy line. You can just say line or
An
product. Yeah.
extensive, hang on, it's coming. The brain is working with an extensive hand blended. The poetry is coming. Like one, Diana, I need your WhatsApp number, because at some odd hour I'll probably message you and be like,
we will. Yeah. What happens is that it could be a soap or a massage oil or a body scrub or a lotion. It could be a lot of things. So although product line sounds kind of high and dry, you don't want to key into only one thing.
Yeah. With So I'm getting really lofty with this, right?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm reaching. Okay. So this is probably reaching, but this is where I kind of want to lean you towards.
Yeah, I know you're looking for some deep soul poetry, but we'll get there.
we'll get there. We'll get there. But the word extensive is here, so it's really connecting to the essence of the why you're doing this. So to guide and support balance, craving, home spa guide and support the balanced craving home spa customer with soul soothing hand blended aromatherapy products. That's a reach, but I'm kind of shoving you in that direction.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, Yvonne, how are we doing?
Boy, with difficulty. Anyway, mine is just too complicated. All right, I started writing. I'm just going to read out what I wrote initially, which was not in your format, and then I was trying to put it back into your format.
Sure.
So my first one as a consultant was, I help to bring out the best in people and
Mhm.
to connect them or to make connections, because I'm a really good people connector. Let me just read it out. I'll go slow after.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
To bring out the best in people,
Mhm.
connect them in order to develop best practices in sustainable tourism development.
Okay. So I help to bring out the best in people, to connect them.
To connect them, but I wanted to bring up the thing of connect, but that connect is just like stuck in there, so it doesn't make sense really right there. So
No,
it's
man, keep going.
I help to bring out the best in people.
Uh-huh.
So the essence is I help to bring out the best in people to develop best practices in sustainable tourism development.
Okay. So I help to bring out the best in people to repeat because I want to type it out.
To develop
Mhm.
best practices in sustainable tourism development. I put in sustainable living, but that's a little bit broader. And then I had put something like link closely to education for sustainable development, health and wellness, but that's just like too much stuff. So that's kind of,
Okay.
and I
So
wanted to bring up the indigenous community, but that makes it it narrows me down too much. So I took that off.
So let me just repeat. So I help to bring out the best in people to develop best practices in sustainable tourism development. That's what you have so far?
But let's say good practices, so we don't have best twice in the sentence. I
Okay.
bring out the best in people to develop good practices,
Okay.
but good instead of best for practices. So
Remember,
good
it doesn't have to
practices.
be perfect right now. I just wanted what's in your head here. What's the other one for now?
But the other one was more as an educator. That one is even more confusing.
We're gonna work with it.
So
We're
I
working
wanted
on it. We're working on it.
Mm. I had started by saying, which is the wrong way, I embrace education for sustainable development to inculcate holistic practices or something into the pre-primary and adult skills training programs or something to that, but that really doesn't make sense. It's really, I haven't thought it through carefully.
Okay,
That just
repeat
captured
for
a
me.
little bit of what
I'm gonna pull out keywords. I'm not gonna write the whole sentence,
I
just writing out keywords.
embrace.
Mm-hmm.
I embrace education for sustainable development to inculcate holistic practices.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we could say at the primary and adult skills training level, or the primary and adult level. What's another word to say that for an industry
Adult,
level? At the pre-primary industry level.
pre-primary, and what level?
And industry level, so means in persons or in the job market.
Okay.
Or adults. I had put adults, but that's not what I want to see. To inculcate holistic,
Okay.
embrace education was holistic practices. Or maybe it's holistic living, or maybe it's wholesome living practices. So it's really lifestyle practices we're talking about. Inculcate
Okay.
holistic lifestyle practice at the pre-primary.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to switch it around for it to make sense to fit into your format. At the pre-primary and an industry level.
Okay. So let me just write
I
that.
want to say maybe pre-primary, and you can't say pre-primary and adult. So what I'm saying is like my focus is on the pre-primary, that preschool age, and getting people ready for the world of work. So it's really those two areas.
Okay.
And getting people ready for the world of work, maybe just and getting adults, so getting youth and adults ready for the world of work.
What
So
was
that's way too long.
the push the phrase after I embrace?
I embrace education for sustainable development. Because that's like a concept. It's education that looks at, that at the end of it, we're looking at put it into place, programs, practices, strategies, that really the end result is that you do have sustainable development. It's extremely holistic, or maybe I should say, I embrace holistic education for sustainable development. But we have to switch it around. So I help teachers, I help community leaders. I help community leaders to develop holistic education for sustainable development programs aimed at the pre-primary and industry level.
Okay, so you reorganize the sentence in a better flow, but what would be one of the triggers for that community leader? Are they frustrated? Are they happy? Are they content? What makes them need your help?
Well, the thing is, I cater to a number of persons who are more experienced, those who are not. So, but maybe generally in terms of my work right now, it's maybe more, it's not that they're overwhelmed, it's that they're really, they're not that they're pioneering. Some of them are pioneering, but it's more that they are in need of, they are purposeful, they're very purposeful, but they are purposeful, but they require, they're in need of guidance. So what is an adjective to describe them?
Are they, okay, so let me make a note of that. So in need of guidance. Are they disorganized?
In need of technical assistance. That's what they need, is real technical assistance as to how to go from step 1 to step 2, how to put, so I'm good at that.
But they are purposeful, like they already know what they want to do. Is it that they already know what they want to do?
They know what they want to do, they don't know how to get there.
So you are
not,
you're not trying to change behavior. They already know the behavior they want to input within their community, or however else you want to word it, but you're showing them how to get there.
Yes, but I maybe just should have mentioned the word service excellence, so that it, in terms of quality, so maybe providing quality guidance, in need of quality guidance.
So I'm just writing down all of the different words that you're using, and we'll figure out how to drill it down. So it can be, I provide guidance,
technical support. Why is it? Yeah,
hang on. Yeah. So I provide guidance to purposeful. What is wrong with me tonight? Purposeful. We'll fix it. It don't need the E, right? Yeah. Okay, we'll figure it out. Thank you. It was right. Okay. I don't know what's happening. Why do we have the squiggle? I provide guidance to purposeful community leaders. Oh my gosh.
The community leaders also the second one, wasn't it? To meet us for the second one, no?
I'm working on the second one. So I provide guidance to purposeful community leaders in need of.
Okay, I'm a little lost. I thought that was the first one.
Maybe I'm lost now.
Okay, no. So one was more as an educator. So that's, if you're on that one is it's not the technical assistance. From child to adult is not the technical assistance. It's really trying to inculcate education for sustainable. You see how I'm even confusing you? You see, I'm so friggin' confused.
I'm quite confused. I think that the thing is that you want to be able to make this as digestible to you as it would be to anybody who comes across this information. So if you wanted to, this could end up being a one-liner bio on your LinkedIn, for example, so that at a glance, and this is also something to kind of keep in the back of everybody's mind, that your statement of purpose, number one, it does not have to be publicly shared. That's number one. Really and truly, it's just repeating myself, it's the foundation of your brand. And it helps to set the direction and tone for everything from your marketing efforts, from your brand positioning, from your messaging, everything. But especially for individuals like yourself and Gail in particular, who are personal brands or developing your own personal brands towards consultancy, your statement of purpose can be utilized as the tagline in your bio. It can be that first heading in your bio. It can be that one thing that you end up being known for, you know, so that when you get asked to come to a speaking engagement, or you're asked to give a talk here, or you're going to be given a webinar of some sort, they would almost literally tie that in to your name on the flyer. If you can start visualizing what that could potentially look like. The reason why I say all of this is because the statement of purpose has to be easily digestible. As much as it is more or less just for you, it has to be easily digestible to your audience, because you're making it for the audience, right? So both of us were getting quite confused a while ago. And I think it's necessary to pull apart the many facets of Yvonne into the core of Yvonne. So you provide guidance. That's number one. You're a teacher, you're an educator. Maybe you are the hand holder. I personally, I may not be a hand holder in certain situations. Like it has to boil down to what makes you tick. Like why are you gonna wake up and do this on a day-to-day basis? So you're providing guidance to community leaders who desire to uplift not because the whole purpose of creating the sustainable development. Tell me why is this important? Why is this important to the community?
Because it's something, it makes economic sense. It creates, it's because it's inspiring. It's an inspiring way to operate. It's it makes economic sense. It creates jobs. It's yeah. I have something else I wrote. I don't know if I can read that to you. Can I just?
Sure.
In my mind as you were talking, I put here, I connect and support purposeful entrepreneurs to inculcate holistic practices in quality sustainable tourism development. So you take it on the
closer.
I connect and support purposeful entrepreneurs to inculcate holistic practices in quality sustainable tourism development.
Yvonne, I think that's it.
I agree.
I think that's it. Yep.
I think because I took best practices, which is like everybody uses it, and I put the quality, and then I use the word holistic, because my approach, one of the things that differentiates me is I really do have a very holistic approach. And I connect. I am very good at connecting. I mean, connecting locally, regionally. I'm really very good at that. That alone, I could just do that. So I connect and support purposeful entrepreneurs, and I don't like to waste my time with people who are not purposeful. So I don't know how you have time for me. Well, I am purposeful, but I'm confused.
We all are.
I connect and support purposeful.
You
got it?
I'm writing it right now.
Connect and support.
Purposeful.
I connect and support purposeful entrepreneurs
Uh-huh.
to inculcate holistic practices in quality sustainable tourism development. I could refine that, but I think it's captured in essence. To inculcate holistic practices
Mm-hmm.
or to holistic sustainable tourism development practices. To inculcate holistic practices in quality sustainable tourism development. I want to put in the word holistic practices so that no matter what they do, it's multi-layered. They have a very, it's a very holistic. And I
But
want to bring in the word quality in
this,
terms.
this Yvonne, this is much better. And if we were to highlight the keywords, and you said it yourself, if we highlight the keywords, connect, support, purposeful is very intentional. I'll just highlight it. Holistic and quality. Yeah, this is a whole lot better, Yvonne. How does this feel to you?
Good, although tourism limits me because a lot of my programs I do, they're all linked to tourism, but I have a lot to do with agro-tourism. I have to do with health and wellness. That's why I'm so happy that these ladies are here because we have to connect after the program. So I think, so that is good for me, but should I try to work on, do we have time for me to try to work on the other one to do with education, or I should do that on my own?
I think you're gonna have to start working on it separately, but we're all here to support throughout. And
okay, all right.
But I think it might be helpful. You guys can tell me if you'd prefer me to create just like a WhatsApp group. Is anybody opposed to a WhatsApp group?
Not at all, you know, it's just that I have so many WhatsApp, to tell you the honest truth, and I need to empty my phone because I'm scared it's going to crash. I need to actually just take off all those photographs and put onto my external drive, which I haven't done.
I prefer the WhatsApp if
you like the WhatsApp. I figure.
Yeah, I like the WhatsApp. Yeah. Because I'm on the go. I'm on the road all the time, so it's easier.
I see.
I'm just thinking that the chat, when you have to talk and write, do work. I find the actual, what you call it, your forum.
Yeah.
I find.
I mean, that will always be there. That will always be there. But if for example, Yvonne, you wanted to drop in a statement of purpose in the WhatsApp group just to get feedback from Gail and Diane and myself and Angel, then I think it's helpful just for quick feedback.
I'm happy with.
Just for ease.
I'm happy with.
Since some of us, our phones might be low on space, we don't want to be sharing like images or anything like that in there. It's really just for a quick dialogue. So I wouldn't worry about the images or it like messing with your phone memory too much. Okay.
I wanted to bring in the heartfelt or spirit-filled or sort of working from the heart.
That is something that you can incorporate maybe in this section here. Or it could also be that your purposeful entrepreneurs are heart-led. So even for me, and I'm actually going to show you guys my old target avatars. I think Gail might have seen this before, but I go or I work closely with solopreneurs who too are heart-led or who too have a desire to give more than they take. So I have drilled down to wanting not only to work with individuals who are purposeful, but who they feel like they're doing this for a greater purpose as well. Because that makes what I do more meaningful to me, you know? So that is also something that you can incorporate too. It's niche-y, but it really does that's one of the things I'm going to be focusing on with you guys next week, is how you can really tie it in to you and your core as well.
Okay.
Because all we're doing right now, we're creating that framework and that structure, and we're doing all of the best practices and what you'll find on the internet. If you were to do these courses, you'd be doing similar exercises like this. But what I'm trying to get you to is that brand truth of what really connects you to your brand, you to your business, and what makes it more meaningful for you. Right?
Okay.
Okay, so this document will live on. Let me head back to the presentation. I can just move it. Should just work. Okay, are we seeing the PowerPoint?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, hang on. Cool. All right. Okay, so are you going to click? Click, please. Thank you. All right. So for purpose, from purpose to pillars.
May I just interrupt a minute? Are we going to get this PowerPoint?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. So I don't
I
need to
forgot
take.
to send the last one. I sent a video of the last one, but I didn't send the actual slides. But yes,
Okay.
you'll get the PowerPoint.
Okay, great.
All right. So from purpose to pillars. Now, if you were to Google online how to create brand pillars, you'll probably come across a bunch of different schools of thought. We're going to touch on lightly one of the more mainstream ones, which really focuses on the 5 brand pillars, or the P's. So some people might be familiar with the marketing mix P's, like the 5 P's of the marketing mix. But then there's this other P whole scenario that focuses on brand building. What we're doing is a little bit of the theory, but what I'm trying to do is to get you to drill down into really what is very personal. Oh, there's a P to you and your brand. Okay, so just going for the theory right now and general application. Building your brand pillars looks on these 5 different areas in particular. Purpose, and this connects to your why, obviously. Personality, so the personality of your brand. This connects to who your brand is. The perception, so this is what you want your brand to be perceived as. And as you can imagine, perception and the personality kind of connect to one another, right? And then positioning, so where you want your brand in relation to your competitors or within the industry. And then promotion, so how are you connecting to your community? How are you developing your messaging? How does your brand handle problematic clients? So a good example for this could be Wendy's, and I'm saying Wendy's International. Wendy's got very, very, very popular on Twitter because of the quirkiness of the brand in how it responded to individuals online. And a lot of brands are getting leeway and flexibility in developing a true persona or personality with how they communicate with their audience, right? Another great brand that I love is Ben and Jerry's ice cream. And not many people know this, but if you follow Ben and Jerry's, you will realize that they're not just ice cream makers, they are activists. So literally Ben and Jerry, they have been arrested at least 6 or 7 times because they are constantly going out into protests. They're always involved in activism. If you were to go to the Ben and Jerry's website, many people would assume that you just seen ice cream, but they have a plethora of information on legalizing marijuana. They have things around civil rights. They have things about inclusivity, marriage equality, all kinds of things. And they provide resources for people who just want to be educated on how to cancel student loan debt. Like it's crazy. And they have taken the essence of community and perception, positioning to another level. So Ben and Jerry's is a really good example of how a brand can position itself totally different from anybody else within their industry. They're making ice cream, but they're literally making community as well, right? So what we're gonna look at now is this little graph, because what we're trying to do right here, we're in this inner circle. That's where we all are right now. We're looking at creating that brand strategy, figuring out what your brand pillars are, because in essence, what you need to be doing is realizing that this is something that you do on an annual basis. This isn't something that's set in stone for the lifetime of your business. It needs to be flexible. So we're creating a brand strategy. We're understanding the core essence of your brand, what we're setting up the foundation on, and then we can move into creating the messaging and positioning. And then we can look into the marketing efforts, which is what we're trying to achieve in these 21 days of being able to move into that space of, okay, so how do I know, now that I have the foundation, now that I have my statement of purpose, I know what I'm doing, I know why I'm doing it, I know who I'm communicating to, what am I saying? So we're trying to get to the what, that final end result, right? But if you're looking on timeline, your brand strategy, generally speaking, you need to assess it at least at once a year. It needs to be a core, because I even looked on my old brand strategy for myself that I created or recreated last year. I think April was the last revision, which I'm going to show you guys soon. And almost everything has had to change. And it's not just because of COVID, but I've niched down even more, you know? So there is always some amount of truth that has to come to light when you're going through these different experiences, when you're working with people and realizing, oh, I like doing this more than I like doing this, you know? So anyway, annual assessment. Regarding your messaging and positioning, generally speaking, you should have at least an annual revision as well. And even, and this is very applicable, for example, for Diane and Gail, when you're creating your marketing efforts going forward, when you're creating your campaigns, or when you are marketing specific products, then you know that you have to be planning almost on a quarterly basis, right? So Diane's things may be more seasonal. She may need to focus on like no, this time of year, it's Mother's Day, Father's Day scenario, you know, so a strategy around connecting with parents and family, that kind of wholesomeness, you have to be planning ahead in quarterly increments where your marketing efforts are concerned. So before I go into the next activity, just a few key things, I think some of which I have just mentioned. Like your business's core values, your brand must ensure its unique positioning with specialized brand pillars. So these brand pillars complement your statement of purpose and assist in the development of your messaging and thus inform your marketing efforts. It's important to note that your brand pillars will and must evolve. So it's not about a if, it is going to evolve. They are influenced by your intentions, but are most importantly informed by your audience and their experience of your brand with time. Okay, so I'm going to show you, let's see. Are you seeing a purple, a purple PowerPoint right now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
It's kind of
Yes.
purple and white. You're not seeing it, Yvonne?
Yes, I see
Okay,
it.
okay, great.
We're
All right.
seeing your side as well. We're seeing, you may want to just have it, put it on full screen.
Yeah, let me do that. All right, is it full screen now?
Not as
Yeah.
yet.
All right, let me, hold on.
You have to go to enable editing.
No, I don't need to. I don't want to go through the whole thing. Okay, so this is what I wanted to get to.
Okay, nice.
All right, so this is, you even see my old logo. This is an old logo. So this is my old brand strategy. All right. So just to give you an idea, work now? Here we go. So I had, and this is also something we're gonna be focusing on. Don't worry about it. I think Gail may have. Gail, did you see this? Did I ever show you this? Yeah. Okay. So I have 3 target personas, or I had 3 target personas, and it's helpful to understand who you're connecting with. I have a Stephen, and he has a whole bunch of ideas. He just doesn't really know what he wants to, or how he should go about executing these really great ideas. And as you can see, he is a bit younger, so he's age 28. I have a Tasha. Tasha is my core persona. She is a solopreneur, and she's in need of proper strategy development. Um, and she needs to scale her business, and she's stressed and overwhelmed. And then I have a Donna. So Donna is somebody who I actually don't really communicate with that much online. She's like a marketing head, and she really just wants somebody to give her ideas quietly in her ear. So I tend to do shadow consulting for certain marketing executives and even some of my competitors. So people don't know that I do this, but I'm like a Jiminy Cricket for a lot of people. So there's Donna. Now, what I ended up doing was really examining the different triggers of these individuals. So at the time when I was looking at Stephen was in search of mentors and allies. He wants to be a thought leader. He spends way too much time selling with little result. Tasha, she's overwhelmed. She needs help in terms of developing her marketing strategy. She even has like a big plan for her business, but she just does not know what to do properly. And then Donna has a team of people who are working for her, but she just tired of the old ideas basically. And she needs somebody who's going to be discreet, and she wants to impress. She wants to impress her team members, maybe somebody who outranks her. And I am happy with giving Donna all of the credit, right? So what I wanted to get to, and this is why I didn't want to do this thing full screen. Hold on, let me check something. Right, this is what I wanted to get to. It's this. And it goes back to the start. Why? Be patient, Anika, I'll be patient. Okay, here we go. All right. So this is what I wanted to get to. Now, these were my brand pillars. They're not the same anymore. You can have, I typically advise that you have up to maybe 4 brand pillars. Some people like going to 5. But you really want to figure out at least 3 individual brand pillars that complement the statement of purpose that you have. Okay, so my brand pillars at the time was raw authenticity, adding value and paying it forward, and doing digital differently. Now, how that translates is in this way, where for the raw authenticity, it was a matter of having my brand exhibit vulnerability that will connect to entrepreneurs who are going through the same experience. And they don't necessarily want to talk about what they're going through. Now, this has evolved all on its own recently, where I'm focusing a whole lot on mental wellness for my brand, for the coaching aspect, because I'm really trying to connect to solopreneurs and entrepreneurs who are not just overwhelmed, but they too struggle with various elements around their own mental wellness, right? And I want them to be able to almost see a reflection in me and vice versa. In terms of the digital, doing the digital differently, that has not changed because my approach to digital is more quirky. It's not about the mass likes. It's not about that. It's really about adding value and connecting to my audience in a very meaningful way. And then paying it forward is important. And I think this is what I was kind of talking about a little bit earlier, is that I want to work with clients who are intentionally trying to pay it forward in some manner or another, and who believe in that law of reciprocity. So I'm helping you, you're helping somebody else, right? Now, why I wanted to show you this is because when you're creating your individual brand pillars, they do not have to follow even my own rules. What I'm trying to bring across to you is really just a guide. It's to help you to stop overthinking a little bit, to try and simplify this experience a little bit, and to try and get you out of your head so that you can make the process a little bit more simple in creating that brand strategy that we're working towards. Is everybody still on the same page? We're still good?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah?
yes. Yes.
Awesome. All right, so let me switch screen again. Let me make sure I didn't have anything else this to show you. No. All right. Da, da, da. What is happening? No, that's what I want. Hang on. All right. Okay, so to help you to figure out your brand pillars going forward, whoops, okay, hang on. Ignore what is on screen right now. Or I don't even think anything is showing. 1 second.
We're seeing the same
Same thing.
presentation.
I realized PowerPoint is not letting me be great at this moment. 1 second. I'm embarrassing yourself. All right, let's see if it will work out. Screen 2. All right, are we seeing purpose to pillars? We seeing that?
No, we're still at pillars explored.
Yeah, that
Okay, yeah, we're there now.
Okay. Okay, so to help you to identify your brand pillars, these are some questions to ask yourself about your audience. So if you remember, let me backtrack and show you this slide one more time. Right. Those 5 P's, these 5 P's are related to you. They're related to your brand. The purpose is your why, yeah. The personality is who your brand is. The perception is how or what you want your brand to be perceived as. The position is, the perception is really, this is fully controlled by your audience. So as much as you may have the intention to be perceived as, if I wanted to be perceived as a serious, conservative marketer, I would be dead wrong, because the perception that people have of me is not serious necessarily. It's not necessarily conservative either. I have no control over the perception that my audience has of me. What I can control is the personality that is displayed by my brand. So you can only control so much. You can have all the intention in the world, but good case in point is if you have had a bad experience with a bank, your perception is fully tainted, correct?
Right.
Right. So you can have the intention to create a certain experience and a perception for your brand, but it boils down to your audience. But these are related to your brand. So the position is where you want your brand positioned in relation to your competitors and your industry. And of course, the promotion is how you're going about promoting your brand to your customers. Now, when we're flipping it now in terms of creating these very personal brand pillars for you, your brand, based on your statement of purpose. Now you have to flip the script and ask yourself about your audience, because the point of creating a brand is to connect to your audience. Going back to the original understanding of what a brand is really a collective experience, or the collective experience that the public has of your business, right? So you have to have in the back of your head, in creating this brand strategy, who you're trying to connect to. Because the whole point of this is your why, and your why is informed by your audience. Am I making sense?
Yes.
Yes? Okay.
Mhm.
So in creating these pillars, you need to ask yourself, what is your audience's purpose? Have they even thought about their purpose? Maybe for me, I'm trying to help you guys to find your brand, your statement of purposes, right? So what is their purpose? For Gail, your audience in terms of the make us to market, their purpose is probably aligned to, it could be a variety of things. It could be that they are more or less making these not necessarily for their livelihood, but maybe it's a creative outlet. Maybe they are making it because this is something that has been handed down from generation to generation. Maybe they are making this as a sense of legacy for their family or for their parish. So you really want to drill down to an understanding of why your audience is trying to do whatever they're doing, right? What is their personality like? Are they a little bit less flexible? Yvonne had a good one where she was trying to connect to the purpose-driven entrepreneur, I think it was, right? So you need to be drilling this down. How do they wish to be perceived? Diane, your audience in terms of the wellness technicians, they themselves, they may want to, they want to be perceived as individuals who are offering, maybe, I'm just thinking of like maybe a massage therapist. Maybe they want to be perceived as not just a relaxing experience, but some of them may want to be perceived as an all natural spa technician. You see where I'm going?
Yeah.
Yeah. How do they want to be positioned in life or in business? Is it about success? Is it about sustainability? Where are they going? We're drilling down to the core. How do you communicate then? And this is the least. And I have a little asterisk here because when you're creating these pillars, this little line here, oops, my bad, is not as important as the first four. But how you communicate and how you promote your services to them. So in my brand pillars at the time, one of my brand pillars which spoke to this was doing digital differently. So I primarily only communicate online with my audience. I may do a little bit of traditional media, but if not, that's super minimal because I already am trying to connect to individuals who are somewhat technology friendly, not necessarily savvy, but they're online. So your assignment And I'm going to be sending you more details on this going forward. But your next step is to start identifying what your brand pillars are. So I feel like today was heavy. Just generally speaking, overall, maybe because it's Monday, but I know that what we went through tonight was also a bit heavy. So I wanted to give a little time for any kind of questions, any clarity that is needed. I want to make sure that everybody is comfortable with the understanding of brand pillars. If you need me to go over anything that we just did, but this is our next step. So we've built the foundation with the statement of purpose, or we're building that foundation, laying the foundation with the statement of purpose. The next step is to put up these pillars for us to start building your brand. So any questions?
Anika, I have two questions. You made a point that brand is a collective experience of what my audience has. Can you just you said something about the point of creating a brand is to connect to my audience. And then you said a brand is a collective experience of what my audience. I didn't quite capture the end that you said.
Let me actually find the good definition that I have.
Because I really love that.
I want to find, because I'm so proud of this little quote that I have, and for the life of me, probably because of this residual headache, I can't remember my own quote. So 1 second.
No problem. You can always send it to us if anything.
Yeah. What was the other question in the meantime?
The other question was, is it best to actually have just one statement of purpose as opposed to two, even if one, because you are one person, even if I do, let's say, the trading on one side, but I'm a consultant specialist in another.
Well, no, because I mean, things can be, especially because of what you do, Yvonne, it's helpful to have two, depending on the different angles.
Okay.
I myself have two. I have one which is focused on coaching, and another which is focused on the business side in terms of execution.
Okay.
So yeah, no, it's really about, you know, what your deliverables are.
Okay.
Yeah, because I have one which is a strategy conceptualizing kind of space, like ideation, which is a coaching, and then I have the execution side. So it really boils down to yeah, it boils down to your business lines.
Okay. I have one other question. Is that when I think, like what I just wrote there, so one is focused on being a sustainable tourism specialist, looking at the whole issue of sustainability in tourism and how to make it more holistic and impactful. The other one really has to do with work from the heart. Not that this isn't work from the heart, because when I think of my other life, what I would really like to be doing full time is my Ayahora Foundation. It's work that really that could incorporate everything I do, but there's really no budget line. So it's how do you so it's really, it's an educator, but it's more than that. It's how do you, like the NGO world, to navigate that and to, you know, like sort of the social responsibility in things, you know, focusing on social responsibility, linking that to sustainability, linking that to livelihoods, to health and wellness, to holistic approaches, to inculcate that into education, focusing on education.
Can you give the ladies some context around Ayahora?
Ayahora is a foundation that I founded, and we're still at the developmental stages, but it's focused to really to be focused in the indigenous Kalinago territory, where we will develop, well, our project is to develop what we call inspiration leadership institutes that will have, on one hand, a Montessori preschool that is very environmental and culturally sensitive. So really being like pretty much off the grid, sustainable, ticking all the boxes in terms of a green school. And I've actually done this before. I ran this with my daughters. My kids were like 20 something years ago. I actually did exactly what I want to do. And on the other hand, is to look at the young persons going into the world of work. So whether it's in agriculture, whether it's in craft making, whether it's in sustainable tourism, giving them the skills to excel. So one, laying the foundation, and on the other hand, really getting them ready for the world of work. If I had my way, I would develop a program where they take off a gap year and they do all these different skills that they don't get at school, they don't get at university, learn about insurance, about survival, about all kinds of things, about relationships, emotional intelligence. So how do you, so that's kind of where I'm at. And then we could bring in the tourism work, which could be an arm of that really builds enterprise. So I also am involved in Dominica Tours, which is a destination management company. And although it really is a big burden on me right now, I see a direct link in creating jobs. So if we're really looking at it, and I'm really trying to use a seventh generation thinking here. So we're looking at generations down. So we're looking at great putting the foundation for these children, giving them the best foundation possible. Primary and secondary school, once they got that foundation, they will whiz through that. I know that. I've done it. I've seen my kids. Then we get them again. We prepare them for the world of work where they're global citizens. They think locally, they think globally, but they act locally. They have a social conscience. They're socially responsible. They're spirit-filled. They're inspired to make a difference in this world. And then we can create jobs for them that then through Dominica Tours and helping people to develop other businesses, there's an outlet to sell their products. So this is kind of where I want my life to go. I just don't know. I'm feeling very stretched, but I'm involved as a consultant working with people and with the ministry on different levels. I am putting IHORA together. I actually have a school in Canada where my daughter went, and they're looking to donate a classroom, a Montessori classroom for 35 children with all the equipment and furniture. I've actually gotten the Kalinago Council, the chief, to give me land in the territory. We've started fundraising, but right now we're doing other initiatives, more online work, because we don't actually have a structure. So, and then
Yvonne, hold on.
One
I'm sticking
second.
up in. I'm sticking up in because you said something a while ago, and I had to scramble to write it down. And I think I have a piece of it, and just like I think Gail has experienced this with me before, and you have gotten this where like I'll randomly send you something. I feel like this is a part of something for you. You mentioned the seven generational thinking.
So we're not thinking for now. We're thinking of how are we being impactful for
So
7
wait, so the thing is, I think that needs to also be somehow involved in your statement of purpose, because you are almost translating a 7 generational approach to sustainability and an evolving society. And I'm writing this down because you and I have separate sessions to go through, but hold on.
So ladies, do you understand why I'm a little confused? But the thing is, I feel that there's something really important that I'm really hoping this program is going to help me to sort of refine it and know exactly where I need to focus my energies and what I do first, second, and fourth, and who I need to partner with. And I mean, God has just been sending me. There's this woman who does work all over the world, develop and educate, and they love what I'm trying to do. And they want me to come and get involved with them. But all of this is a lot of meetings that take up my time and is not paying me, right? I need to be making money.
So this is my question. I want to be very clear. The work that you're doing is for the indigenous people in Dominica.
IHORA was developed as a foundation. It's called IHORA Communities of Excellence Foundation, Inc. IHORA ACE, ACE for IHORA Community of Excellence. So for short, IHORA ACE Foundation. And our purpose is to develop what we call inspirational leadership institutes that are two-pronged. One, a Montessori preschool that really talks, it is really a green school that's going to look at the best of the best. I've been looking at Australia, New Zealand, all over the world where they have these best schools. And then we look at getting the adults ready for the world of work.
Right, but
Getting
the
them
people
ready
that
with the
you're trying
skills.
to help, Yvonne, this is what I'm just trying to
What's
understand.
that?
Are the people that you're trying to help are the indigenous
Mhm.
people of Dominica? Is that what you're
That's
saying? That's who your target is?
Well, we want to start. I want to start it in the territory to show that in the most, possibly the most disenfranchised community in the Caribbean, possibly one of the most, that it can work and
Okay.
can be replicated across the island and across the region. That's kind of what I'm trying to prove here, that it can work. And just to let your ladies know, I was in a UN project in Haiti where there was a similar project where we had a project preschool, then we had a teacher training center, and we had 20 project preschools for the underprivileged children around Haiti. And those kids, I kid you not, were doing the same level of work, I'm getting goosebumps, as any child in Paris or London at some fancy Montessori school. Those kids, the teachers were committed. So I have seen it being done with the poorest of the poor. And I wanted to make a statement that the Kalinago can lead with this. I want to make that our indigenous people
Okay.
that are so impoverished and so forgotten for so long can actually lead. So that's my focus on the terror. It's not to just stay there, but it's to be the birthplace of this. And nobody's really doing this. I've researched, I spent a lot of time researching. I need to implement now. And I need a new board. I need some new minds on board to kind of for us to pull it together. But this is all volunteer work. Everything in Iahora is volunteer work. So I also need to develop a program where there's a line for an executive director. So I can really put my heart and soul in this and get people who can't continue doing this. You understand? Or that my other Dominica doers is working so well that it can afford to support this. But there is grant funding out there for it. So I'm really what I would love to do, I can't afford to do it now. And I see an absolute urgent need to get it done. So I'm frustrated all the time. Well, not all the time, but I'm busy all day long. And what I really want to be doing, I'm not touching it.
Right.
Or just touching the tip of the iceberg. So that really, I wish I'd taped myself because I've kind of just expressed exactly where it is I kind of want to go to. And what linkages I need to create. Anyway, I don't want to monopolize.
We'll get there. We'll get there. But I do feel that there's something in the 7 generational kind, and you had touched on the fact that the tourism is almost like a foot in the door towards creating that.
Designed by you, but it's not determined by you.
Diane, you're saying something?
Yeah.
No. Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but I think I get what you're saying though, Yvonne. But in one of our one-on-ones, we can start drilling down as well. I got
wonderful.
Diane's number, so I'm gonna create that WhatsApp group. But for the definition, are you seeing on the screen something about a brand is?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So this is, hang on. This
Let me just write this
is
down. A brand.
Hold on. This is the definition here. So a brand is the feelings, thoughts, and more subtle experiences that your audience has or perceives of your business, product, or service. You could even add in collective. So a brand is the collective feelings, thoughts, and more subtle experiences that your audience has or perceives of your business, product, or services. So
do you mind if I just write?
Sure. An example of this will be, I'll throw out a brand, Pepsi. So some people may have a negative experience where Pepsi is concerned. They will think it's full of sugar. They will think it's toxic. I have a name for it, which I will not mention right now in polite company. But then Pepsi also speaks to fun and youth and party.
Right. Sponsor of sports.
Exactly, sports. But it is evil.
She's ending now.
But you see the essence of what a brand communicates. They have this full intention of it being sports related, being fun, and um a drink for parties and happy experiences.
And there's a really great Pepsi campaign in Jamaica right now.
Exactly.
It's beautiful.
Now, here's the thing. Remember when we're talking about the fact that the perception of a brand you can have all intention to create a particular perception, but depending on how your audience perceives the brand, that's really what is the essence of your brand. It's based on your audience's perception. So while we have these mixed feelings about Pepsi, some of us may feel more strongly towards the negative effects of Pepsi. Like for me, I equate Pepsi to cigarettes because literally that has been my experience. I used to be a very heavy smoker. And then literally when I quit smoking, I substituted my cigarettes with Pepsi. Hence why I'm so fluffy and fabulous. But I've cut down all those. I haven't had a Pepsi in like months now, but in any case.
But Pepsi has busy in it.
Does it? Busy?
Yes, that's what Pepsi is, cola.
Yes.
Well, you have a
So,
good point,
so
yeah.
Pepsi gives you a high. Pepsi gives you energy.
It feels nice.
Pepsi,
It's like
you know,
drinking busy tea.
yeah.
It's lovely.
So, I mean,
it's a drug. It's a
it
drug.
is a drug, but that's why Pepsi and Coca-Cola are the #1 sellers,
Yeah, it's a drug.
no matter what. But you have to Google Pepsi Jamaica, and you'll see they have used local artists, and
I don't want to see it, Diane. I don't. Okay.
no,
He's a recovering addict, Dan.
No. It's not. I'm not talking about the product. I'm talking about the art.
But for the marketing,
artwork.
the
marketing, you have to see it. You have to see it.
But see what we're talking about here in terms of brand and perception and the intention behind it, right? So that's what we're boiling down to. You want to say hello? Because you're not supposed to be in here. Just say hello.
Hello.
Hi. Hi, Seth.
Okay. Mommy's almost finished, okay? No, sir. I said that you're not doing that today, okay? All right. That's soon finished. Go watch some TV.
Hi, Kitty.
Okay?
Hey, Kitty. I know. It's good.
One. Yes.
And Anika, I was asking, have you seen the new Levi's ad?
No, you know.
What I'm going to put it on the chat. I'm just waiting for my WhatsApp to come up. I have too many things open, so it's taking time. It's really nice. I'm going to put it on the chat right now. I'll be keen to get your feedback on it because it's very much an environmental message, and it's only at the end do you hear them talk about Levi's at all. It's really very.
Oh, please let me see it. Please.
I'm going to put it in right now into the chat.
Hang on, I'm setting up the chat right now.
Oh God, do that. Sometimes this thing is so silly. New options. Sorry, excuse me myself. New options. Why is it not giving me that?
Okay, I just created it, so you should be able to access it. I'm curious what it looks like because Levi's has gotten massive.
I just sent it for you. I just put it on.
Set it on Zoom. Okay,
I sent it right here, so you guys can copy and whatever, or just look at it. Or if you guys want, it's like 2 minutes. Not even a minute.
Hold on, I'm gonna put it on screen.
Yeah, if you want to just.
I don't know. We would have to have a set.
I'm keen to hear what you have to say because I quite like it. Where is it?
Are you guys seeing it on screen?
No, it's now back to Zoom. It went back to Zoom. Your Zoom.
I'm seeing Levi's now.
It's on now.
You seeing Levi's now?
Yeah, put it on full screen for us.
All right, 1 second. Let me make sure I'm sharing audio before I even do that.
And there's all diversity. They've sort of ticked all the boxes.
Okay, let's see.
Fabulous.
Global clothing consumption has doubled in the last 15 years. We can change that.
When we make better, we can buy better.
And when we buy better, we can wear longer.
When we wear longer, we can buy less.
When we buy less, we can waste less.
And when we waste less, we can change for good.
So I'm laughing, I'm smiling because Levi's has gotten some massive backlash because of their lack of I don't even know what the word is right now. They're not very environmentally conscious. And they have, because of data coming out now, especially around sustainable fashion,
right,
and the emerging market for sustainable fashion becoming more prevalent and more popular. Levi's is not, because of the amount of water that goes into producing like one shirt or one pair of jeans. The waste is insane. The dyes, they have a bad reputation which they are trying to redeem right now.
Well, no wonder, because literally every minute on the television in Canada that ad comes on. I mean, I can almost.
It's brilliant. That is good PR. It's very good PR. And I know that they are trying to, because I even watched a documentary about Levi's just recently, but they are doing their best to try and mitigate against environmental harm based on their whole product line. But they've had a very, very bad reputation. So this is a good and if you look on the messaging, buy better, wear longer, and the words that they used, very strategic.
Very much so.
Very, very strategic. Because it's literally everything that they've been accused against that they addressed in the ad.
But it'd be interesting to know if it's not just a gimmick and they actually have made changes to be much more sustainable. That would be interesting to know.
And I know that they are making changes. So, but you know, to what extent? You know, because even in one of the scenes, there was a girl sitting in a boat or a canoe rather, and there was plastic all around her in the water. And then they used Justin. Oh gosh, what's his name? Is Justin his name? It's not Justin. Will Smith's son. Jaden Smith, who is like a big advocate for water. And you see how everything is kind of coming back full circle because they've been accused of how much water they waste in their production. And then you have the plastics in the ocean. And the thing is that many people focus on plastic pollution, but then they don't focus on the dye and the pollutants in the dye. Although I think now Levi's is using like indigo and more natural and I don't know. But you can see I'm a little obsessed about these kind of things because I watch documentaries on this a lot. So it's interesting. It's interesting.
I just want to share one more thing, if I may, with both Gail and
yes, sure. Go right ahead.
Sometimes when I take a break, I look at the environmental channel because I'm also very keen about all of that stuff. And they showed where I thought of you guys because I thought the same way you're into health and wellness. It was this woman who had developed a way to limit packaging so that the soap, all sorts of detergent, you got it into a little capsule. and she gave you the containers that were, she couldn't get, she did her research and she saw people didn't want glass, they wanted plastic. So she's gotten like the strongest plastic that can last like a lifetime. And so you get it, this little, it's like about this size, and you get it in a paper bag. So everything is environmental, and you put it into your bottle, and then you put your water in, and then you have your solution. So I was thinking, what if in Jamaica or in the Caribbean, you guys, that people did very beautiful packaging, like, so let's say the cream came in like a wooden container that looked like a bit, but then they could just get the refill. So it's so totally sustainable. And the refill was all packaged in recyclable stuff. So that's not only good for you, but it's not creating any waste. So when I saw that, that's the first thing I thought of. I said, imagine, because most health and wellness products are about sustainability, but so often the packaging is not, you know?
Yep.
I just thought I would share that with Gail and what's Gail? The other name is Gail.
Diane.
Diane, right? Diane. I was thinking it's Dawn, but it's Diane. Where is Diane today? She's not. We can't see her.
She's incognito.
The thing about this,
you're muted. You're muted, Gail. We didn't hear you a while ago, Gail. You said something.
Yeah.
I was saying we couldn't see Diane because she didn't have on her special Chanel red lipstick.
Oh.
Oh my God, today I really was going to go. I just like figured, you know, we're at home right here with a
Listen, girls, when I took off myself a while ago, I was so stressed today and I'm not feeling well. And a friend of mine just gave me one of those drumstick ice cream things, you know, we used to call it a nutty buddy. I looked at it because I'm holding myself 100% responsible. I just ate 340 calories in the last 15 minutes. When I came, I was just munching away on my ice cream. Yes, and
when it disappeared.
Absolutely. We had the exact same feeling because I got my daughter and her husband. I'm going to visit them on Thursday. Hopefully the lockdown will be stopped by then. These artisanal made chocolates that are beyond divine. I got them 3. One for the husband, one for the wife, and one for the in-laws. And I literally was going to eat the one for the in-laws today. I literally had it. No,
I say yes, you only live once, my dear. And when you want artisanal chocolate, I can send you some.
When I tell you the food, it is good. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Yes, lovely. Yeah, please send me some. Delicious, beyond delicious.
Are you guys aware of the new chocolate line here called Patu? Patu?
No.
No.
I'll share. I'm gonna share a picture with you guys.
You know that you need to tell me about that, Anika. You don't hide those kind of secrets.
I literally got it today. A friend of mine today just sent it to me.
Do you know this place? Let me just tell you guys. You know what they have, guys? In the lockdown, they have virtual chocolate tasting. So you buy the kit, you log on to like a. Do you all do that in Jamaica?
No, there's a chocolate chef in New York. And I created a curated box of chocolates, which we have sent up samples, and we're hoping that she will actually chocolates from Jamaica and Trinidad, and we're hoping that she's going to have a Caribbean artisanal chocolate tasting. So I'm fingers crossed, eh? Fingers crossed.
Well, that's one of my dreams, is to live on my little organic farm and have a little chocolate factory. So I actually want to go up there and spend a day with them and volunteer just to look. Once, of course, you can go in because everything is now shut down, you know?
I don't know this one. You see,
I get some info. I'll share it with you when I get there.
This is why, Anika, this is why I'm doing the Brandcubator with Anika. Listen to me.
Nice. Let me see it.
Very,
in the
very
WhatsApp
nice.
group. WhatsApp group.
Okay.
Yes.
WhatsApp that you sent it for us on the. Oh, nice.
Okay.
I haven't found it. Where is the group? You haven't connected me, madam?
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
it's called Brandcubator. It's right there.
It's called Brandcubator on my chat. Oh, you put it to which phone? To the
Oh, maybe I sent it to the other phone.
Yeah, actually, no. I'm just hearing something. No, let me see if it's on it. Put it to the 277 for me, please, because it's a cheap phone I got for my Canadian phone, and I can never figure it out. It's the most ridiculous phone. Yes, you sent it to this one.
So where is Patu from?
It's here. It's in Jamaica.
Oh,
made here.
Oh my God. And oh my God, Anika, I'm going to eat that chocolate now.
I love the artwork. It's so pretty.
Nice.
Amazing.
And I have a thing for
Amazing.
owls. So it's owls are one of my favorites.
Anika, you can put both. You can put both of my Gmails, my numbers, because when I'm out of the house, I can use my Canadian, whereas the other one is only WhatsApp, the Dominica one. So it's 1767.
Hold on. No, I have it. Let me just add it.
Oh my God, that looks divine, guys. I am such a chocoholic. You guys, it's Gail. You have
no, mine is not. I'm not in a good place with it.
No,
like
Gail.
I'm not in a good place.
Gail, I'm really not in a good place either. And that's the only thing. If I eat too much, I get pimples. That's the only thing. If you see a pimple on my face, you know I've gone overboard with chocolate.
Okay, girls. So let me tell you, they're on Instagram. Patu is a magical Jamaican brown owl, a sacred medicine bird. Okay, girls. I mean, yes. Well, there used to be a store with Dan, wasn't Susan?
Yeah,
store
Facey.
called Patu.
Facey.
Oh, okay. Well, so here we are. Well, I'm now following her. Absolutely.
Oh my gosh, look at that.
This Patu chocolate is amazing.
But wait a while, what currency is that? That's Canadian? That's not, no, yeah, that's not, it's very lovely, but it's not cheap stuff at all.
Sorry, Jamaican currency.
I just added your other phone, Yvonne.
That's $60 Canadian, isn't it?
No.
That's $49.95.
What are you talking about? Hold on. What are you talking about?
I'm looking at the box of chocolate, the milk chocolate.
Hold on.
No, maybe that's
there. Sorry, I was on Instagram.
Yes, my error.
Why is there page?
What figure you're seeing?
I don't know where you're seeing money.
I actually, it just pulled up other things. Add Patu. So it actually did. I'm looking at other things. My error.
Okay.
Right. Rocky Mountain Patu Chocolat.
Why are it?
That's what I'm saying. We have never had.
Their page should not be private. I might talk to them about that. Yeah, I'll get some more information because I think I got the information from someone who's associated with the brand, I believe. So I will share it once I get it.
Oh my gosh, that looks divine.
Send it to me, Anika. I'm depending on coach.
I suspect that there might be. I have a feeling that there might be cannabis in the chocolate.
Well,
I think.
That's okay. Send it to me still.
We don't mind at all. Don't mind.
Yeah, I think there's something in there as well. So
It's a little bit
get
of
the
a
info and
twist.
share it with you.
Please do.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Because we can then all follow in the. You guys are so nice and bold, and then our government will follow. So good. Because I honestly think if we could get some ways to use cannabis so that our young people are not high all the time, and they will see ways to grow it and be economically sustainable. That's my thing, because I think too many of them are just.
Yvonne, I use cannabis daily.
But you're not high all the time.
No.
Right. You use it.
I use CBD to manage my anxiety and my depression. So I actually use CBD oil every night, and I smoke the CBD flower. Basically, I smoke a little hemp in the mornings, and I take the oil at night. And
So
sometimes I'll smoke herb like the THC to get a little high on weekends. But I use CBD every day.
How do you use the oil? Just
a drop, 0.5 mLs. I put it under the tongue sublingually and just leave it there for like a minute. And because you need to leave it to be absorbed into the mucous membrane. And that's it. I take 0.5 mLs every night.
My herbalist at home actually had recommended it, but then I'm here, so I'm actually gonna get it because he told me I don't smoke. I don't like smoking. I don't like the whole idea of smoking.
While I was in Toronto, I had some CBD oil delivered to me. So you can get, yes, by the medical, I can't remember what the medical thing is, but they did, my father-in-law ordered it for me and got it delivered to the house because I needed it while I was there.
Yeah, well, I think I need.
It's good if you have if you struggle with even insomnia, falling asleep, anxiety.
All of the
I use
above.
it for anxiety and depression. So
All of
generally speaking, it keeps me level. And it's because I have taken pharmaceuticals for my anxiety and my depression. I find that CBD, because it's natural, it doesn't stay in your system the way that the pharmaceuticals does. So what I would find when I felt that I was good and I was like, yeah, I don't need these anymore, and I'll stop taking my pills, I'd be good for like a week and a half, 2 weeks, and then all of a sudden it's like boom. But with CBD, it doesn't stay in your body like that. Your body is metabolizing it very quickly. So you have to be on track with how you're taking CBD, but it's not like it's just staying in your body forever. You metabolize it. So in a couple of days, if I don't take my CBD, I start feeling the effects of not taking the CBD.
Okay, but do I have to get a prescription, or it's something I can get over the counter?
No, but when you're in Toronto, you can get CBD, I think, just literally, he got it delivered from I can't remember. He went to our website, like a Canadian National Healthcare kind of website, and ordered the CBD oil, and it was delivered to the door like in 2-3 days.
Okay, nice. All right.
Yeah.
No, I really do need to get something.
Yeah, when I left it there, my mother-in-law, his wife just started taking it. So she was using it for pain. She was using it for her pain after I left. So it's good for pain too. Good for inflammation. It's all
We
it's
sell
a
it on
magical
Carb Chopper.
plant.
We sell CBD. We have a whole section of products for CBD on Carb Shopper.
Is it
excellent?
My son may have to have more surgery. My son may have to get more surgeries, and he's been on these painkillers. And I was just talking to my cousin, who's an orthopedic surgeon, and saying I'm so concerned because he's been on painkillers September, serious painkillers every day.
I have a friend of mine. She started a hardware product line for cannabis usage, meaning she doesn't deal with cannabis. She creates the vape inhalers and those kind of things. But her story is interesting because she got hit by a car and broke fractured 2 of her vertebrae. And so she had to go into surgery.
You just stuck, Anika. You're stuck for a bit.
You hearing me?
I'm hearing you now.
Yeah, so she had to go into surgery and she was scared about taking like Oxy and the strong painkillers. And so she decided to start taking CBD for her pain instead. And she was able to use CBD instead of the strong narcotics.
Well, thanks. I'm going to call him right after I get off this phone. I'm going to call him because he's read, and he was on my mind last night. I prayed and prayed and prayed.
Where is he? Where is he again?
Buffalo, but he's just, the thing is, he should have graduated as a civil engineer since last year, but because of COVID, and now he has one more course to do apparently, and then he has his job. He has a job.
Well, he may need a prescription though.
He need a prescription. Okay, well,
I need one because of the states, because you have state regulations, but Toronto, you can get it easily.
Okay, he's going to DC soon, so I don't know if DC is more liberal.
I think DC is definitely open, but I'm not so sure about because
Buffalo is in New York.
Is in New York. Okay, well, have him check just to make sure, because there are certain state regulations that they're just.
Thanks, Anika, I appreciate that because seriously, I'm just worried about all that painkiller, those chemicals in the system.
No man, I sing on CBD. It's good stuff. Good stuff. Okay, ladies.
Well, this has been another wonderful session. And by the way, Carla, she doesn't know how you didn't invite her. She would have loved to be here.
She's not in my mailing list, is she not?
No, she didn't get anything from you. And she's she's not happy with you at all. She really wanted to join. It's just that I said it.
I'll reach out because I'm gonna be having okay, so perfect. Here we go. Because I did want to touch on it. If there are, like how Gail, you pointed out that you were having a problem posting, if there are any problems or any questions or concerns, even about the pace of the Brandcubator, I want you guys to give me feedback. So for example, if when we get to the 21-day mark, you say, okay, Anika, we need like 7 more days, like maybe it shouldn't be a 21-day incubator, maybe it's supposed to be a 30-day. I need your feedback to help fine tune this. Also, I would love if each of you could give me kind of almost like a progress kind of report. I don't want to say report because it could be just one sentence. But I would love to get from each of you just a statement on each week how you have been progressing. Because my plan is I'm going to start recruiting for my next Brandcubator by the end of by probably the end of this week. I'm going to start putting it out there softly again, just to my mailing list and to Carla, that the next Brandcubator is coming around. So anybody else who wants to register, they can. But I have not put this out on my social media. I really just wanted it to be as tight as possible. So I had only put it out to my mailing list and individuals like each of you.
Okay.
So yeah, it hasn't been a public offering. I wanted to just really tap in. This is me validating again.
No, I'd be happy to. I just did that for the GSTC, actually, the Global Sustainable Tourism Council. They invited me to sit on a course and I had to give feedback on the program and the learning experience.
Well, please, if any of you, if you have any feedback, and I know how things can get. So if you want to do it in weekly increments, you can give me a little progress update, like how you've been doing. I'd appreciate it. Okay?
Sure, by all means.
All right, ladies. So I will send you your assignment, official email regarding your assignment tomorrow. But you guys know it's about creating those brand pillars.
Okay. Well, thanks.
And fine tuning your statement of purpose. All right.
Okay. Thanks again. Bye,
Thank you, guys.
Good night.
Have a good night, guys. Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye. Thanks.
Kitty, move.